What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Leafs Chatter. Leafs lose 6-1 to the Utah Mammoth. Overall, pretty crappy display of hockey. They're, in my opinion, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. They look tired. Okay, just getting straight to it. They look tired. They probably didn't have enough energy after, that long game in overtime with Colorado, and Colorado wears you down. Like, that was a tiring game for sure. To not have a break, and like that game ended late. To travel, they got on the plane straight to Utah. They're probably gassed. Like, they're not used to the late night game, so I'll give them the benefit of the doubt with the travel, the altitude, all that shit. But I mean, teams also do it, so they just couldn't do it tonight. I don't want to go hard on them because like they've been playing good. They've been playing pretty good. We had a point in our last 10 games, so that's really good in my opinion. This is just an off game, but if we get destroyed tomorrow against Vegas, then yeah, I'll be pretty worried, and that's I think where I'll draw the line. But overall, just a pretty shitty display of hockey. They're just tired. They're always a step behind. They're always one step behind. Like, we got beat in the face-off dot. We got outshot by over double, which is insane. It's just a shitty display of hockey. But going into the game, first period, Carcone got a nice shot in. He ended up beating Hildeby. It is what it is. There he was wide open. So Riley was on the ice for that one. Riley was on the ice for 4 goals, by the way. Stetcher didn't play that good either. He was like a -3. So no one played good. But oh my God, Riley played horrible. And Carlo looks like he went back to original Carlo. So, but it is what it is. Then Gunther was coming down the wing. I think it was Stetcher. Kind of gave him too much space, in my opinion, and he just wired it past Hildeby. I think, in my opinion, Hildeby should have saved it, but it was a rip at the end of the day. And Gunther again scored. He got 2 goals that night. Pretty insane. And then you got Paterka. Like, most of these goals are all D collapses. And then it is what it is. Calle Yarncroke got 1 goal. Whip-de-doo. I didn't even know he was playing tonight. That's how useless he was. And they finished it off at the end to make it 6-1. It was already done. Going into the stats though, look how bad. Yarncroke had a goal, but he was on the ice for one as well, so he finished even. Garbage player. Ekman Larson actually played good. He was the best defenseman tonight. And then again, Stevie Domi had a decent game, I guess. He didn't do too much, but it was all right. Lawton and Lorentz played amazing. Like, even though they weren't getting hemmed in as much, they were mainly in the offensive zone, and they just play the game the right way. If you're not going to score goals, just crash and bang. It is what it is. But yeah, Benoit got a -1, Cowan -1, Watt -1, McCabe, Matthews, Domi, Michelli was a -2. Like, just no good. You think Michelli would have played good against his old team? Not us. That only happens to us when someone gets traded. They come play us again, and then they score. But when we get somebody from an opposing team and they play their previous team, they can't score. That's just how leafy it is. But yeah, Nice had a pretty shitty game. Carlo, garbage. Oh my God. Johnny T, horrible. We brought him up for the power play, and then we went 0 for 3. Leave him on power play too. Stetcher -3. Oh my God. And then Willie and Riley -4. It's garbage. It was garbage. But I told you I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. We'll see what happens tomorrow. If they get smacked, they're not getting the benefit of the doubt. I'm just doing this because they've been playing good the past like 10 games. So, and they traveled and late night games, altitude, all that shit. Sure. But Riley looks horrible. Horrible. Everyone I've listened to some podcasts. They're giving Riley a pass. I'm not going to say which ones. I've listened to some. They're giving Riley a pass. Riley and Carlo were god awful. Terrible. It was like how it was at the start of the season. So, right now, the Devils are trying to get rid of Dougie Hamilton. To be honest, I'm not too keen on getting him because he's a Band-Aid. So, but I like him because he's a big boy. He's a big guy. But I think we should be doing what they're doing. Bench Riley until he actually waives his no movement clause and then says, okay, you can deal me, but I get to choose the team. Sure, that's really what Dougie's doing, and he's a $9 million cap hit. At least Riley's 7.5. It's still not the greatest, but teams can cover that. Like, they wouldn't even ask for retention. There's some teams that'll just take that on as long as they're sending money the other way. Like, if it was a straight swap, Dougie for him, and then we toss him like a pick or something so that they retain on him, I'd do that in a heartbeat. But I heard also that just recently that they're looking more into Falk. I think Falk's okay. I don't think he'll be bad on the team. Like, it's definitely an upgrade, but Riley's just holding us down in my opinion. And I think Carlo, this was just a bad game for him. I don't even like, he was pretty bad today, but not as bad as Riley. Riley was horrible. You got to find a way to get off of Riley. I don't know how you do it, but maybe you sit him. But the problem is, this coach will never sit this fucking guy. But you should. You should. Sit him. He's been playing shit. Like, if he's not contributing offensively, because his plus minus is insane. I think he's probably like a minus 15 or 16 now. If he's not contributing offensively, he's a liability. Because he's not making up for all the dashes. It's plain and simple. Like, I don't really know what they want to do. But one thing they have to stop. They got to stop playing Calle Yarncroke. He's garbage. Call it Pez. He'll take over. Like, Calle Yarncroke doesn't. I didn't even know he was playing tonight until he scored that goal, and it was a fluke. Like, I'm surprised he didn't miss it. He was close to skying it. It just got right under the bar. But like, I didn't even know that fucking guy was playing. I hate him. I hate him. I want him off this team. I don't know. Honestly, like, we need Dakota Joshua back. That's what we need. Aesthetic, we can boot him. Or Robertson, either or. But anyways, I don't want to ramble on. Leafs got a big game tomorrow. I'm sorry for the late video. Got busy. It was a late night game. There's not much I can do. But yeah, that's it for this one, though, guys. We'll see how they do next game, which is tomorrow against Mitchie. He'll probably destroy us. Maybe get like a 2-goal game, I'm guessing. But hopefully we weather the storm and we can pull out a dub. But that's it for this one, though, guys. I'll make a video tomorrow. I think the game's at like 9:30, so I should be able to do it. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe, and peace.